and welcome. This is Divine Unisouls 11. This is Divine Sunshine, your reader, intuitive, spiritual guide, advisor, all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do is I had went on sabbatical for a while, kind of powered up again. Once I start paying attention to seeing, the two swans, all twin flames. Once I start seeing the numbers going up from what the last video I came in, I said, okay, it's time for me to plug in now, and they're ready for new content. So let's look and see. So I seen on someone's channel one time, they had stated that right now, in order for us to get union, it's got to be through the divine masculine energies. Okay, and so that means, again, the divine feminine energies is the one who observes, the one who is being. The divine masculine is like the so within, so without. So again, how is it showing on the outside as far as where we are currently through the divine masculine energies as far as getting with our person? Because many of us are really, if you're like myself, are on the journey of being in union with self, being in union with the mission. And right now the mission is really being shown in so many different ways. Rather, it's mission with actually yourself is your mission. Getting yourself together is the mission. Or it's either you're going to again, it's how you're viewing yourself, or a union with people around you. So we got so many variances of ways in which this union thing is actually coming out. Right now, it's a little slightly some woundedness that we're dealing with, some crying that we're dealing with as well, as far as wanting and getting with the very thing that we want. I hear the babies crying, and sometimes they kind of lead in with what they're doing. Helps me to understand. So when we're talking about divine masculine energy, so I'm kind of like, again, I'm seeing whichever way that I'm flowing with. And I know that, again, I had seen something, one of my old videos that popped up about me, and I was saying I'm the divine masculine advocate. And I said, Lord, I have kind of veered off and ventured and went on the path, off the path, just like light. And so that doesn't mean that I'm not in the way of where I'm supposed to be going. Again, even someone I seen the other day say, even in lostness, there's still you finding the true way. And that is an interesting concept as far as even adapting even on this journey, because I feel like probably a couple of us with the energies and the eclipses and things that have been thrown at us, we're pretty much at the point that we probably maybe even feeling a little lost, especially when we're talking about even in the divine feminine energies and even in the divine masculine energies. However, we have to learn how to be able to, whichever energies that we feel more comfortable in, we've got to even learn how to be able to be comfortable in the polar opposite of ones. Just like when I know at the beginning of this journey, I was very comfortable in my divine masculine energies, and I believe that my divine counterpart or partner or my other self or myself was more comfortable in the divine feminine energies. I remember that. And then we had to learn how to be able to, at one, be able to, again, swap the energies and be centered and be grounded in both of them, because we need both of them. But sometimes, some days we feel more better in that frequency or energies than other days. However, again, we can't neglect and stay in just one without the other. We have to learn, again, there is a union, there is a collectiveness, there is a coming together in being able to be in both. So when we're looking at, so today I'm going to concentrate on the divine masculine energies, because I'm seeing even on videos things are pulsing. Some of the divine masculines like, I'm out of here, this stuff is getting chaotic. I'm seeing through my timeline, and I was like, okay, let me put a divine sunshine spin on these things, and let me look myself into seeing what's going on with the divine masculine. Oh wow, one who challenges authority. Okay, and right now you've got Brizo, protective of one's emotions. Okay, so when I look at this and say one who challenges his authority, I'm thinking, again, it's like, again, it's more so of right now in the divine masculine energies. Remember, that could be you as a female or a male. Right now, some of us in our divine masculine energies, it's like I'm hearing the words being told, say, who told you that? Who told you so? you know, and it's like a little kid that's like asking the parent, like, who told you that? Why we got to do this? You know, when you have children, they ask you 1,000 questions as to why I got to follow that. Who told you we got to do that? That don't make sense to me. And so this is where we are again. We're talking about challenging authority. It's like the authority of things that's going on in this earth, leaders, things of that nature, and we are doing that now, even with what happened with the children in Texas. A lot of people are now going to protesting. Even people that's even in governmental positions are even asking, like, how long we got to wait until we put some gun laws in place? What are they gonna have to take? That's the divine masculine energies. It's like, you know, I'm a person about doing it. I'm a person about go getting it, doing these things. And so now in my divine masculine energies right now, especially what we're talking about, things that's going on, and probably in our spirits, I'm hearing the words like we're getting ready to go to war, like spiritual warfare. But a war that also starts within, it's got to show without. That we're at this point that is like, okay, something has got to be done. We're now the babies, which again, this protective of one's emotions. When we talk about that, this is like matters of the heart. This is now about getting to the point of really truly protecting. It's like, what is really truly in my heart that my heart's desire that I really want to. Or I'm getting this also, these divine masculine energies feel like, again, people have been doing a lot of things to them that is like, hold on a second, I got to step into my power now and really say, you know what, no, enough is enough. No, I am done. You know, when I say I'm done or I'm tired, like my tired, this is tired, I'm at this point to where you know that I am really done with this situation. So now I've got to protect my emotions. So again, maybe they feel like I got to protect my divine feminine energies within, how I am, how I be, just in my state of being, because again, this has gotten out of control. So right now, the divine masculine energies are at this point where they feeling like, again, they have to protect the matters of the heart right now and be very vigilant of this. And then also, again, they're challenging authority. Like, you know, again, maybe it's something that a parent has said, like, no, you got to stay in this marriage because X, Y, and Z. What did the family think about this? And like, you know, they might be able to F the family, you know, they ain't in this. They ain't in this day and night with this marriage, you know, and have to go through the things that I'm doing now. A bump about what the family's going to think. I mean, where this come from, you know? And this is where, again, this challenging of authority is coming from, you know, even on the job thing. Like, who said we got to do this? You know, this don't make no sense why we doing this, because this is making us work harder, not smarter. So these are some of the areas in which now the divine masculine is feeling right now collectively. That's what's going on. So what's the finger is about is on the pulse as far as the energy of the, again, that's to the collective, clear about some of the divine masculines, the energy about this going on. Let's get a little bit more clarity about this, which is, again, this attachment, this codependency, because it's keeping them attached to the 3D, the worldly, the earthly things, and they're not being able. It's like a person like, I'm trying to fly, but I can't. And I'm just hearing the other day that did come on with R. Kelly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. Okay, he believes he can soar. The divine masculine energies feel like soar, but it's something that's keeping them earthbound and not being able to spread the wings and go where they need to. This is, again, because, again, it's a call in the root chakra. It's these family ties to me. Again, you got to clear that out, because something about it's the family way. It's authority to me. I keep on thinking like parental, a leader, and like a system. Like, even if at the job, you hear people say, you know, we're like a family here. Even with that, even if it's job related, that it feels like, or even when we're talking about it's actually a family right now, is whatever it is, it's like a system, like a root system, and being grounded and getting nourishment by it. And right now, the divine masculine energies about how we go about being and doing things is not being nourished by this. This is where I'm feeling here. It's got this sword here, which again is making it feel like, again, I got to defend myself. There's a defensiveness, a defending, and this looks like this this heart, this energy, although it's down there in the root, but it also looks like the heart. This again about the protecting of one's emotions, because again, this is about the work of the divine feminine here. The divine feminine energies is really being a strong influence. The root system, the groundingness of the family, belief systems of things is really being a strong influence on this. And what things are the divine masculine energies being attached to that's making them codependent, as well as far as like what's feeding them, what is they're getting their energy from. And so now they understand, and I'm just feeling like a person, like, you know, take these shackles off my feet so I can dance, you know, because I want to really be able to get into my heart's desire. I really want to pray, have some things to be able to praise about. And this is where we're talking about this, and the energies right now being led for that. Okay. Next thing, what we're talking about, the divine masculine energies, what's going on as far as in really the heart, the matters of the heart. Clear. Wow. Okay, this is a lot. Let me put you up here so I have me some more space. Okay, so we have express your love, worth waiting for, divine timing, engagement, new love, you deserve love. Okay, so I'm gonna put these over here. All right, so now when I look at this about express your love, waiting for love, worth love, interesting, the bottom row's got a lot of reversals. Let me get some clarifiers too, to help to shed some lights on this. So express your love. Clear. I know right now the divine masculine energies are feeling as if they want to express their love. Rather you're the feminine or the masculine. You really are in the mood like, I want to get with my divine feminine energies. I want us to work together. I might be kind of in my divine masculine energies, want to control the divine feminine energies, like really control how I be, how I'm observing things. I still can see this hand. It's a little awkward for the divine masculine, but the divine masculine energies wants to try this. It wants to go ahead. Romantic means go ahead and create the magic. Okay, because it's observed some things. It really has been observing some things, especially about the moon, about the way we look at illusions, and not really about the intuition and awareness. Really, truly changing that script, looking and seeing about how we'll be able to view things that is going in our world, how we're going about things, how we're going about doing things, showing up for things. We got to learn how to, this is a fox here, so we got to get more clever in how we're dealing with things instead of letting it control us. I think the word I used in one of my readings I did for a person, I said you got to be, he said, I got to be smarter and not work harder. And this is what we got to kind of, again, I had to remind my DM that too. My other, yeah, kids, he was in DM energies at that time. And I was like, whoa, what are you doing? So again, you have to make sure that you are doing that, because again, you want to make sure that you are being grounded and looking, especially when we're talking about in divine feminine energies, really seeing about what things you are observing. And this comes out very strongly about the things, about this new beginning that you, this opportunity that you're sitting on, but you got to be clever about it. You got to be, again, not just be haphazard or being impulsive when you're doing these things. You got to really get laser beam focused into as to what am I actually looking at and zooming in on, as far as am I looking at the illusion or I'm looking at what my intuition or my awareness is trying to show me. When we're talking about also, it's a change in the wind. So right now, about this love thing, the way you want to express it is that, and that's probably why you're at the point that the divine masculine energy is at the point to saying, hey, whoa, this, I can't keep on going with this. I got to start asking the questions. Why am I doing this? Might be even this question the authority of self. This is what I'm getting to. as well as seeing the end of a dock. It's a death, dock of a bay thing. It's an ending, and we feel it, and it's just like, you know what, hey, while I'm going out the door, sometimes when you already ready to go ahead and quit the job, you don't give a darn how you talking to the boss. It's like, okay, now why am I doing this, and why am I agreeing to what you saying? Because I'm out the door anyway, so I don't care about what the consequences is going to be about it. So the zebra represents freedom and wanting actually freedom in this whole scenario. Because it's a change. It's like the Santa Ana winds. When you feel those, it's a breeze, it's a wind of change that's coming up. And because you want this freedom. And so in order for it to do that, we got to change the weather pattern. We got to change the way the flow is going. And how we're going to be able to do that, we are the ones that are change makers. Really understanding that when it comes to us in these heart matters of the heart issues with the divine masculine, understand the divine timing is at work in your love life. So in order to get in alignment with the things that you love, divine masculine energies, you understand that again, it is all chopping down to, again, things got to come together. We know here, and I've said this several times on this channel, and I also said it on my podcast, which is now you can kind of almost get me on every pod things, because I've went and expanded and went on some more stations as well. So anyway, my favorites are Spotify and iHeartRadio. Those are my favorites. However, there's a Podbeam, Google. They say I'm on Amazon. I ain't been able to find it, but they said I'm on that. It's something else I done added on there. So I'm spreading, because I feel like I want to talk more so than doing this here. But again, we'll go with the flow, whatever's being guided. But again, when we understand about worth waiting for, we understand now we're moving into energies that understand it's not like authority, going back to this, where it says, again, one who challenges authority. We understand now it ain't about that waiting for somebody, we at the drawbridge, or somebody put the drawbridge down, or we waiting literally at a stop sign or traffic light, and that represents spirit. And it's like, okay, now you can cross. Now you can go to the other side to your good now. It's not about that. Divine timing is that it's a lot of puzzle pieces and people got to be in place in order to receive your good, as well as you got to be in a space to be able to receive your good as well. So when we're talking about this divine timing here, we understand that right now it's an unfinished symphony. To me, when I look at this, it's got to happen because it's got to be a closure to some things. And because, again, it's been said, it's been stated, and this symphony of this song has got to be this heart song that's being played between you and your person, or you, as far as your desires of the heart, has got to be out there. People's got to hear this melody. People has got to hear this music. So as well, understanding that this unfinished symphony is going to help you with your uniqueness of who you are to open up this new opportunity that is trying to present itself to you as well. You got 10, which you are understanding now that, hey, once I step into this new opportunity, there's a chance that some things is going to be demolished and I've got to start all over again. I think for some of us in divine masculine energies, we got to kind of get into that mindset. I got a notification then that we have to understand that that's where we are actually going to, where we are able to actually hear and be able to see and understand that, again, things have got to die off. And I think a lot of times when we say, yeah, we want this new beginning, but we don't understand, and hey, that might mean so-and-so might not continue on. That might mean you got to change your residency, or that might mean you got to change your job. Are you really ready for this opportunity of change that the spirit is trying to present? I see the number 19, which again, right now, this catalyst moment that's about to push you into your next thing. Some of us not, because again, here's another card what I'm talking about is we got to become flexible. We're going to find ourselves, whatever this new thing that we're getting into, we're going to have to find ourselves bending over backwards to do this. Or some of us might find ourselves that we're not going to bend over backwards anymore. It depends on where you are in your divine masculine energies and how you're showing up. Some of you all been overly flexible. It's time for you to get a backbone. Some of you all have been too not flexible, and now it's time for you to be flexible. So this is again because it keeps on saying it's new opportunities. These things here, when I see this, always reminds me of a labyrinth, or things turning, like the Wheel of Fortune card in the traditional tarot about the matters of your heart. How can you get into that? Because again, you got to look at the way in which you get a handle of how you communicating this stuff. I think about how you communicating it to others, to this person that's supposed to be in this leadership position, or you feel that's over you, or even authority, even accent. I'm thinking about the one that in the Bible that wrestled with the angels until said, "Nah, you gonna give me what you blessed me, what you say you was gonna bless me with. We ain't gonna keep on talking about this like it was supposed to happen. No, I'm not. I'm asking you, like, where's my stuff? You know, Spirit, you done told me I'm supposed to be with my twin or my person, or I'm supposed to have this job, or I'm supposed to be great. Where's my stuff?" Wait, no, don't walk off. Where you going? Somebody got to talk to me. Call somebody to get the meeting with the angels, Archangel Michael, Raphael, Jophiel, Samuel. I mean, call them all down here. Something got to turn over. You know what I'm saying? Because this right here, yeah, I'm questioning. Yeah, I'm even asking some time and space with the universe, God too. Yeah, bring him down to Yahweh or whoever. Now somebody got to talk to me about this here. Because, you know, I've been in my fields in this thing for quite some time. That goes back into protectiveness when we talk about divine masculine. And so now I'm protecting my feelings, my heart's desire. I know I want this. I want this now. So how we going about to go get this? Because right now I'm protecting the dream. This is what I want. So this is where we are. Because, again, we're moving into interested about loyal heart. It's about, again, that thing, everything that I want is actually looking at me. And we're in alignment, and we want it, again, for it to actually be, because there's a trinity. It's me, the thing, and spirit. That's where that magic comes in. That's just like birthing the baby or having the baby. You and the person create that, but right there in between that moment is the magic for it to be able to happen, to be fertilized, and for it to be able to have the baby, to give birth to an actual being. This is what we talk about, this lower heart. This waiting here also is making you be loyal. Why? In the waiting, that's when they really know if you want it. You like, hey, okay, in the meantime, I had the powwow session with the angels, my guides, or whoever it would be, or my ancestors. I asked about this. Okay, now I'm going to go off and go and do what I'm doing, because you ain't got your marching orders, I told you, and vice versa. And in that waiting, as far as the divine intervention, that is when loyalty comes in, because that's when you become really one with that thing. Say, I know that I know that I know. I don't need to have any outside proof there to validate if this is going, because I've already put it forth and I know that this is coming to me. So this is the same thing about this loyalty, because that's going to help you to be really truly in your divinity. You don't need outside landmarkers and things that to verify if you are going in the right part, because again, in your waiting, it also builds character, it builds you solidifying, and it builds loyalty for you, in alignment for this very thing that you are actually asking for. Okay, and then also it's saying for you, because again, you're going to be able to go the distance. So again, the more and more, you know, it builds character, it builds stamina for you to be able to go to the end of this race too as well. A lot of people ask for things, as soon as they get it, almost like microwave popcorn in microwavable time. Once you get it, it's like, okay, I got it, now what I do with it. You know, some of us need that time to be able to really truly receive and know what to do. So again, in that waiting, it's a blessing. Okay, it's not a curse. In that waiting, there's a blessing in that waiting for that actual thing for it to show up. That's even in that separatism, whatever it is, we have to understand that in our divine masculine energies, how we show up in the world, that again, it's okay to wait for things, because at the end of the day, although we don't see anything represented by this desert, we see here, we got the flag there, and that the end is near, the winter circle is near. So in the meantime, sometimes we got to learn how to rest. Some of us have been really pushing ourselves ourselves. And so again, like I say, in that separation there, that's that time again, we've been clever, we done came up with the strategies as again, and then we got to kind of rely and to be on that restness is where we pull back and we coast. You know, I love the day I went out with my bestie and we went to go eat, and we seen a guy that was on the skateboard. I said, Lord, I ain't seen nobody on a skateboard in a minute, more than a minute. And I said, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. We both started singing the song together, and that's what we're doing. We did all this work, and then also in the divine intervention, in the divine timing, in the divine waiting, we have to understand to rest and to know in our intuition, our awareness, that this is very thing that we want is going to actually happen, because we really want to move into the energies of engagement, understanding our life of us. Really, to me, engagement means being intertwined. We spending time with this very thing that we want, because right now we feel like, again, you stick a fork in me, I'm done. It's been a never-ending story, and you're feeling very weary. And so right now, divine masculine energies is like, yes, I want to be able to experience this. I want engagement. I give energy, and they give energy back in this very thing, that whatever that we want here, because it looks like we've been looking in the mirror a lot, seeing some things, and I'm almost feeling like Kathy D, kind of watch about that, looking at yourself so much, like picking on the scab and not letting it heal. To me, when I look at this never-ending story, it's about this past. To me, I think in the past here, this being this hourglass, has been a thing about the matters of the heart where you have not really been able to really step into it, because you keep on looking in the past, and it's not helping you to actually heal and not really want to get engaged with it. So right there, that's really a stumbling block for yourself. And that was where you would probably question the authority of yourself, to saying, who said we can't have this great love? Who said we can't have this job? Who said we can't become this great leader? Who said that? You know, because of things of how things in the past. Well, that's why we're doing the work. This is why we're creating the change, so that we can, when this moment comes and it's our time to step into our greatness, we'll be able to do that. So that's what it's saying, because again, we got to get into our spiritual alignment, and we got, again, spiritual completion is being presented now, and we want to engage in that. We no longer want to be on the sidelines. We actually want to do this, because we're moving into the energies of wanting this new love. Again, we've went out there, done the work, we reaped the harvest. Again, we know that, again, that in our divine counterparts energies, you know, they really have been honoring, really been looking and really saying, you know, my hat's off to you about the work that you've been doing. I've been seeing that, and I bow down, I give reverence to you, and I just really have appreciation for you, as well as you being guided by your guides. I can feel that intuitively your counterpart is saying, and I feel that, again, that, you know, I can tell that you've been guided, and I can tell that she has no shoes on. You being more grounded, you being more of earthly, even in whatever element that you're in right now, even in your being, your state of being, how you are, what you're observing as you're going out there to see what things you need to work on and do. This also is bringing in this new love. Serendipitous. You've got to also, when we talk about this new love thing, you got to wait until it is, again, the universe is bringing that. That's not you going out there and doing it, because again, we're going back to throughout the cards. You have been doing the work. You have been doing what is needed. And in order for you to be able to get this or receive this new love, whether it's the job, whether it's the actual person, whether it's the house, you got to get to the point to know that I've done the work. I think some of us are getting stuck in not knowing that we've done the work. And, you know, it's so easy for, okay, I've done the work, so I might need to go ahead and do some more. No, okay, you don't know. Just stop thinking about it. It's always more. It's always more. Spirit has already said that you need to kind of really just sit there and allow for serendipitous events. That means let fated events, let Lady Luck, let's say luck be a lady tonight. So again, let those things that like, oh my God, ain't that about something that actually happened. Let yourself in your spirit as the divine feminine energies, let it attach itself to that and become one with that, understanding that these things are going to happen and align themselves and are going to occur in a way that I don't need to put any kind of effort towards. It's just going to happen. It's just serendipitous of fated events of how these things are going to happen, because all these things are going to lead me in alignment with the very thing that I need. And then also moving into understanding, like, again, they want us to, again, in our divine feminine energies, although you say this is divine masculine energies, read, but we're talking about the divine feminine energies. I just did a love letter, and the divine masculine, if you would say, energies kept saying, can you please shine a light on me? Can you please shine a light on me? Which means, again, you have got to get to the point that, again, that you've got to get targeted, laser beam focused as to, I know where I want this to go. I know where I want to actually be, rather it is in a relationship, rather it's in the job, rather it is in about a family issue, whatever it is. You've got to become like that, again, Greek god Athena, or the Roman god Diana, which is, again, sometimes you got to pull back. That's that resting part. And then in order to pull back, you get a better view about what you want to target and aim, and then shoot, let go. You don't follow the arrow and say, okay, here, I got the arrow and I'm going to actually put it where it actually needs to go. No, when you shoot it and you let it, that means it's a point that you've got to actually let it go to actually hit on the target. You don't go and say, okay, I'm going to walk the arrow right there and say, boop, there it goes. That's not how it goes. It's a point of release that has to happen. And that's the same thing what we do, where we got to trust the wind of change that we just talked about. It's going to actually bring it directly to where it needs to go. So that's where we have to, again, promise that. Okay, and then because when we do this, and it says, again, you are lovable, you deserve love. Because, again, there's going to be a peace that passes on all understanding. Plus, again, this piece about this new beginning, also about you having, again, this dove, again, dove spirit is going to bring you this olive branch. I think some of us have been even beating ourselves up so much that the spirit is like, you know what, I think you need, somebody to call time out and be peace. Because, again, maybe you even been questioning yourself. Who told you that? Who said that? All of those questioning things is something in which, again, spirit wants you to kind of understand that. Okay, I'm going to look and see about this card. Let's look clear. Let's tap into an actually divine masculine physical human, see what's going on with them. It says, okay, says I'm stuck here with them. Okay, so right now with this, they question authority. They feel this divine masculine. We talk about it, we stick and looking into their 3D energies here. It's saying that they're stuck there with them. Well, you're not ever stuck with them, because, again, there's always a solution. My mom always taught me that. Is there a problem? There's always a solution. That's how it is. That's the yin and the yang of things. So, again, you're stuck, guess what? You can be unstuck. The issue is you just have not found the solution yet. That does not mean that you're stuck there forever. Not is, especially with this issue. The issues of this divine masculine, again, is feeling as if they're stuck there. But, again, in their higher self, they keep on saying, again, you feeling like you need to protect yourself, and you know that you need to start questioning authority to get out of this situation. Right now it said, I'm sending you a song. The divine masculine energies feels like it might be sending you some songs to kind of maybe help you to understand where they are. I would say also think about sending them some songs too as well, to kind of help them, to give them encouragement of where they are. How you can do that is just play it for yourself, because you've got to remember, again, the divine masculine energy on the outside is nothing but you. Okay, and so that's something that you might want to do. Okay, so now let's talk about some solutions. So you, the person who is watching this, let's see some ways in which, remember, again, how we can be able to get out of these energies. This I'm feeling stuck, I'm sending you a song to give you encouragement. So what can we do in order to get out of this? And if this is us right now as the divine masculine energies, what can we do? Say, surrender to the beauty of the natural world. To me, when I look at this, it's saying, again, just surrender to the natural flow of things. That's, again, going back to, again, how things are going to line up for you. You might need to also step out into nature, because you need to clear out your energy field too as well. and to be able to draw from earth. Even with myself and my new meditations that I do, I even find myself going from the earth and drawing up and going up to the universe, the source of the central sun, and then bringing that energy back through. It feels much better. I was doing it from the central sun and going down, and I was like, I don't feel energized, especially with what's going on with these eclipses and things. You really want to feel more grounded to the earth, because you already have a sense to go down here in the first place. So you really truly want to feel grounded at this point. So I would say going to get the earth, relaxing, and outside it's getting warmer now. I know even that here in Chicago, you can experience things. I haven't been there a long time because, well, now I'm close to home. I kind of miss those times where I used to go stop by Lakeshore Drive and go to 31st Beach and just kind of like look before I go get my hair done. Those things. But you know, you always have, like I'm looking here at the YouTube, they got things of nature. You can look at those, play nature sounds, all those things. You can play that kind of mind trick too, Jedi mind trick as well. Okay, so that was it. Okay, so it's surrender to the nature. Okay, I can understand that. And then what life changes need to occur, and maybe you can be able to set the intentions clear for these life changes to occur for you. So you need to set forth the intention of family changes. That goes back to, again, like I had said earlier, I must got to wipe my screen off, which is, it goes down, goes back. Okay, whatever. What thing that you need to do as far as your family changes to me is watch your systems. What systems are you being a part of? It was interesting. I was watching one of the latest YouTube channels, and she was talking about the different galactical families. It was a reading where you picked one. Either you was Arturian Council, or you was either Palladian or Sirius or Syrian, or I'm missing somebody else in between that. But anyway, and so all of those ones. And she was like, again, if you were a Palladian one, and that's the one I had picked, she was saying you came here as a unit of 4. And she said it could be twin flames, like it's 2 females or 2 males, and you all incarnate at the same time. And it's a system, like one of you all represents the elements. And she's like, it don't have nothing to do with your sun signs. It's like, you know, whoever watching right now, you're the water element, you know, and the flow of things. And the other ones is something else, the fire, the earth, and the air. And so again, it's interesting. Again, she's like, from each one of you all, you're learning something different to be able to collectively bring to the set of 4. Interesting enough, like I said, about these family changes, you know, you find yourself connected to, either you like friends, it's like family, you know, you like my sister, you like my brother, or these jobs, or even actually family thing. Some of you all might get to the point that is, again, say again, what am I connecting to? What system am I rooted into that I got to find myself being disconnected from? And this is where it is, because again, I got orange here, because again, you got to build and connect yourself to more healthy relationships or healthy connections to people. This is one thing you got to do that also, because it's going to help you to get into your bliss. It's some things that you got to eliminate too as well. I'm looking at this and I'm seeing green to help you to really truly get into the heart of the matter of some things. And so this is really truly what's going on. Family, it keeps on showing me like branches, like a root system of a tree, and like family tree, and you know, how is it growing? What is it? The fruits. Somebody got to release. Are you bearing? What are the things in which you are? This family, like I said, that mother at the beginning was talking about, well, you got to stay married because, you know, this is the family way, and you know how that's gonna look at the whole family, see you divorcing like that. And it's like, you know, you got to get to the point to say, hey, that ain't got this squat to do with me. If this ain't truly the family that I want to be in, clear. So at the end, how do we create the magic? According to source, how do we create the magic in this situation? Is divine masculine. Got several things. I see the strength card at the bottom of the deck, which is true. Says dreams. To me, again, that goes with your visions, your dreams. That's going to help you build an alignment. Like, what are your dreams? Like I told myself today, okay, you want greatness, but you know, specifically, what is it? I know I'm so much about like water, going with the flow of things. And that's really, truly my energy again. But then at the same time, I know things ebbs and flows, but then again, there's got to be a definite intentions that I got to put through there. And maybe my dreams will help me to be able to see what's happening in the window of my soul, and for me to let my intuition and my awareness truly be the guide. This is what's going on for divine masculine. Understand that you deserve love. Understand that you are loved. I am loved. I am lovely. I am loving. That's one of my affirmations they had there. And so that I say in the morning, understand this to be, if you don't, you can always get you a rose quartz. This is what is giving me that rose quartz energy. Work with that vibration so you can be able to do that as well, because it keeps on saying about this moon, where we got this moon that's coming in. Where we're in Gemini, which is about the lovers, about the twin flames too as well, and helping you to understand that it's a balance of divine feminine energies and divine masculine energies. And so we get into that vibration to understand the balance. Understand boundaries. Goes right here. This is what Spirit One's higher self said. What they say, I am protecting my emotions. I am protecting my heart's dream. Understanding that you truly have got to get into that energies again. That if it don't feel right, and like Johnny Cochran said, if it doesn't fit, you must quit. If it does not feel right, let that thing go. It say it ain't resonating in my heart, it ain't resonating in my soul. Something about this, I gotta let it go. And I had to make a decision about that, about something that happened on the job. I said, you know what, although I want to be there, my heart wants them to, but at the same time I gotta protect myself and my emotions. So if it comes to this, I'm gonna have to release and step away for that. And so that's a whole different thing. But like, it had to come to that point that it had to feel right in my soul. It is well in my soul. And that's kind of been a statement that I've been feeling myself kind of staying with too. And you've got to trust, especially with all these things about the divine timing, the divine waiting here, understanding for this new beginning that they're bringing to you. And it keeps on talking about this new love. Please understand that again, there's going to have to be a point that it's got to trust. Even with the winds crashing and the storm, the clouds look like it's coming in, and all of these things, it's a spiritual or gospel song that says that you still have got to be anchored. Yeah, what you say, my soul is anchored. My soul is anchored. My soul. You gotta anchor yourself in the universe, or whomever that you believe in. It's got to be anchored in the promise. It's got to be anchored in your heart's desire. I got to trust no matter what's going on the outside. I know what my heart feels when I think about this person. I know why my heart feels when I think about this thing, or making this new move, or getting this new thing. You know, again, somebody came up and said baby steps. So again, yeah, you might have to find yourself doing it step at a time to build that trust, to build and to know. And if you have to do that, do that. And the end of the day, it says what? It's by protection. Then we see, and I shuffle these cards, it say protecting your divine feminine, protecting your state of being. Like somebody has been telling, I know at the school, they said, don't let anybody get you off your square, because again, that means that's taking your peace away. You're not centered and being anchored in your soul, the things in the heart's desire, exactly what you actually want. You've got to protect, like she's doing, like she's giving birth. I just talked about birth too as well. You, the divine feminine, divine masculine energies together and came up with this idea about what you want on this heart's desire. Now it's at the point that you got to, again, protect the birth. You got to protect, again, this new beginning, this new opportunity. You've got to protect it at this time. You got to nurture. You got to speak loving things to her, let her know, I want you. You know, I want this thing. Again, and that's all about divine timing. You got to wait until the baby becomes fully developed, you know. And sometimes, again, yes, they do give birth before then, and you got premature birth, you know, those things again. But again, it still got to be enough going on in that child in order for the birth to say, okay, when it gets outside the womb, it still can be able to survive. So again, you like, everything's got to come into divine timing. Everything's got to come in divine knowing. Everything, all the people, the places, everything's got to come into alignment for me to birth this love, to birth this relationship, for me to birth this job, to be able to birth this new family, whatever it is that, again, so, you know, you just give yourself, say, I'm giving birth to it, speaking those things into existence as if though they are. in existence, and knowing that it is there. Say, okay, thank you to this new love. Thank you for my counterpart being present in the 3D. No more are we talking in 5D and doing all that stuff. That we can be able to communicate on both levels. I talk to him on the daily. He's in my life physically there, or either this job I'm showing up. It's no more me just dreaming about this job that I want to have. I'm actually stepping in the door, looking around in my new office space, and I'm looking at the people. They smiling at me, I'm smiling back at them, and I'm just feeling just joy about being here. And they're so happy to see me when I walk through the door, because they know about these new ideas, these new concepts that I had to contribute to this job. And I know, and they love me and I love them, and it's just a mutual of respect by me being there, or even the family, or whatever it is that it is about this house. I love this house. This house is a reflection of myself. When I walk through the door every time, I'm so happy when I turn the key, because I know that already that this place is a reflection of me. And I know that, again, that everybody that walks in and they feel the love that I have in this place. Everything is carefully put where they need to be. Everything is a representative of beauty and being and love and God and whatever in beings, in His presence is mostly and greatly felt when they walk into this house. You know, whatever it is that you want to about this stuff. Well, it made my head go, so somebody I'm speaking life over about that as well. So again, you know, even as your body, if it's health, because I forget and I don't think about that again. You know, my body is healthy, is strong. I have a good body, I have a strong body. My body does everything that I want. It takes good care of me. I had to incident about that the other day, and I was like, you know what? I just started saying love, and I say thank you. Although I had threw up because I had something I had no business, but I thank you about it, that you always protected me, always knowing what things is good for me in there. It's no longer me looking at you as if you are the enemy. That again, you're doing your job, and I thank you. You know, whatever it is like that. So I am finished, because you know I can talk all day about this stuff, and I want to do a couple of podcasts. So I do thank you so very much for rocking with me and finding me. Make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe when you feel it, again, guided to do as well then. But I got good stuff that when I do come on here, that is for you to be able to listen to, and it can be able to help you to elevate to the next time. So when I'm on here, you'll be able to get those notifications, and it'll tell you. All right, then, go out there. I do my ending thing. Go out there and shine. Make sure that you are truly being divine, working your way into being divine, and also being great. So it's always stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and Namago. All right, until next time. Mwah, love you.